Ray Romano did a Tonight Show, Johnny Carson, and a Letterman set within 6 months of each other, and they're both perfect.
But nothing happened from the Carson set.
I remember, again, I'm so old.
Yes.
I remember watching Ray in New York. He had gotten fired from news radio, and I remember watching him with somebody and going, I wonder what's going to happen for him. And I still kind of feel that way. Yeah, he was so great.
Great.
He was such a great comedian.
I remember watching The Appearance in bed with Monica when he did the keys thing.
I can make an infant laugh in a second. I'll tell you, I'm losing my perspective on adult humor. I wrote one new joke since my twins were born. Here, is this funny? What do you think it is? Hi. Hi, everybody.
We're crying laughing. It was so good. This guy is special. And then you forget about him. And 6 months later, I get a video cassette because the way it works in Hollywood, they're looking for people, for comedians or comic actors. They're looking for writers to create shows for these people. That's the way the business, I guess, used to work. Yeah. I don't know what the hell is happening now. Now it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, I'll explain to you my point of view on Everybody Loves Raymond. I've known Ray Romano, as we discussed before, since I was like 13, 14. Him and my brother started doing stand-up together in the 80s. So I got the pilot. Well, I got the pilot for Everybody Loves Raymond on video. On VHS.
Okay.
This is when this was.
Yes.
So I had the pilot for that, and I had the Chris Rock Bring the Pain on VHS as well that had come out maybe 3 weeks earlier. This is the 1996, right?
That's right.
Me and Dave Chappelle watched them together, and he literally was like, I feel like I just got hit in the head with a 2x4, because it was literally, we watched them back. They did not exist, and then we watched them within 3 hours. Okay. So it was like a mark of show, like my life, like the before I watched it and after I watched it.
You're kidding.
No, because it was like, it was so, the pilot for Ray was so well developed, and it was so, the thing I've always respected about the show was like, you guys had your own pace.
Yeah.
Which must have been a decision.
Yeah.
The plot, it wasn't that plotty.
Oh no.
And it was in the golden age of Friends and Seinfeld when it was like plot. How did you
We're
guys,
going the other way.
How did you guys, did you specifically decide that?
First meeting with Ray, we're just talking at a deli, and he tells me about his actual family, just in conversation, like, if I was going to work with you, tell me about yourself, where you were born. You're from Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
So is my wife. Yeah.
Great.
From Philly. Yeah. Okay. So it's questions like that.
Yeah.
Tell me and he tells me about, I got twin boys and an older daughter. My parents lived close by. They were always bothering me. My brother is a police sergeant, and he's divorced, and he lives with them, and he's always touching every bite of food to his chin before he eats it. And he's jealous of me. He saw my Cable Ace Award, and he said, it never ends for Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. I said, well, it doesn't seem like there's anything there we can use. Right? And I thought, no, Ray, that's actually a great place to start. He goes, what do you mean? I go, I don't know anything about you. You're not an actor. Okay. He would become a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to make you like, a gay astronaut from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Let's make you. And he goes, does there have to be a story? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, the sitcoms that I'm trying to emulate are The Honeymooners, All in the Family, Mary Tyler Moore, Taxi, The Odd Couple, shows that are grounded and on planet Earth.
Yeah.
He goes, couldn't we just have it where I'm sitting in a diner with other comedians and we're kind of just, I'm like, well, first of all, there is that show, and I'm the wrong guy for that show. I'm not the observational comedian who's that, and we make a show out of that. He goes, so what do you mean? And I go, your family. And what I don't know about them, I'm going to fill in with the characters from my family. And he was unsure. He was afraid his biggest fear was it might be sitcom-y.
Well, that was the great thing from, I don't know if it was, I think it was in the pilot where he goes in the cold open, or the credit sequence where he's like, my parents live across the...
Yes.
I know.
My parents live across the street.
That's right.
Like which is like great.
Great. You're owning it.
Yeah.
And then the trick is to make it better than that would seem.
So what we're saying is you don't want a bunch of artificial plot stuff.
No.
Now, how do you do it where it doesn't just be nothing?
You have a story. So here's the thing. You're talking about these plots where, let's say you have 6 characters in a show. Each of them have their own story during the show. It seems very plotty, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, if a show is worth telling, first of all, we only have 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. If a story is worth telling at all, I think it's worth telling for those 21 minutes, meaning the subject is strong enough to carry you. The best episode of Seinfeld is The Contest. Not just because it's about masturbation and really funny, but because all 4 characters are in on the main plot.
Count me in on this.
I want to be in on this too.
They don't all have their own plots.
Right. And
So-
is it, as someone who's written a lot of this type of show, do you approach it as like, what is this person's philosophy? Is it philosophical, or would you think of, and then he comes in and he's got a plot wrinkle, or is it just more like
Character.
So
You call it philosophy, I would call it character.
Okay.
Character is writer plus actor. What the actor gives you,
Right.
meaning their strengths,
Yeah.
what they're good at. Peter Boyle is good at this type of line.
Holy crap!
What we write for him defines the character. So it's just a simple thing.
And that could be backstory. It could be whatever it's kind of philosophy, but it could
Of
be
course
based
it
on
is.
a story, an anecdote, or
Yes.
it could be based on.
Never thought of it as philosophy, but of course you're right. Every character has a philosophy of life.
Right.
What's fun is playing with that and surprising people the way people in your own family surprise you by saying the outrageous thing you never expected them to. In our world, Deborah, the wife, was always right. Raymond was an idiot.
And was she actually right, or was she just had to win?
So that was what was fun, was you run long enough, you get to now explore, hey, what if she's wrong about this?
Yeah.
Now what? Now you got a
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. Well, then it's not yet literally the sitcom Yes Dear.
Exactly.
At the beginning, was it a bit Yes Dear and kind of?
It has to be. You have to establish character and philosophy before you start bending it. Otherwise, it doesn't have any comic weight. It won't.
But I think you could have challenged it in the 3rd episode. I mean, Deborah could have been wrong, right?
We did challenge it in the 3rd episode.
Okay.
Steve Scrovan came in with a story about an IQ test.
An IQ test. I'm taking a criminal psychology class to make lieutenant, and I have to learn how to give an IQ test.
I think he wants me to steal 3rd.
They took an IQ test. Ray won. Completely unexpected.
Great.
We twisted it immediately.
Great.
And then, of course, it turned out that the IQ test given by Robert as part of his excuse was a police training or thing. And they said, let's take it. And they took it. And when he told them that, of course, she was very angry that this idiot got a higher score.
Yes.
And at the end of the show, of course, the test was, how do people react when they find out their partner has a higher IQ than them?
Oh, that's funny.
That's the real test.
Great. I've also heard the IQ test for cops. If they're too high, they can't be cops.
Oh, my God.
I've actually heard that.
Oh, my God. My friend was an ex-cop, and he said, you have no idea how many of them were picked on as kids.
Oh, interesting.
And this is their revenge.
Huh, it doesn't read. Wait, so I had a guy tell me his son was a cop, and I go, why? And he goes, he's a bully.
Oh, see?
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so then the show had like a kind of slow boil in terms of popularity.
Absolutely. We were on at 9:30s on Fridays. There hadn't been a hit in that time slot since Gomer Pyle. on CBS. And then something crapped out on Monday nights, their big night in April, late in the season. We got a chance to be there. And the head of CBS said, I'm giving you this shot. You're going to have 6 episodes there, but if you don't do well there, I mean, we like the show, but if it doesn't perform, you're done. And we did very well the first showing there. And of course, Ray and I, this is what we have in common. We both thought we're going to go down next week. You can only go down from here. And we went up. And that is when we knew we might have something.
You guys were both late 30s at this point?
I was mid-30s, yes.
So it's handleable.
The hours, yes.
The hours, yes, but the excitement of success.
Yeah, we'd been on a slow boil. That's right. Plus, our whole careers and lives up till then. So it wasn't like we're teen sensations.
Yeah. So nobody freaked out.
Here's something interesting. You ever hear this? You are, I believe, emotionally arrested at the age at which you become successful.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Because that's the moment people stop saying no to you, so you have no reason to grow as a human being anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's true. I think it's maybe different for writers. Because no one's saying no.
Because we'll always be insecure.
Yeah,
no matter what.
It's a Colin Quinn joke of a lot of people enter. Some people enter the room and people are like yes, and other people enter the room and people are like what, like that. And we're more in the what category.
Yes. Because writers are
because we have bad posture preternaturally, even if we have good posture. How did you find the hours? You guys had reasonable hours, right?
Because I'd worked 5 years in the business before that and thought, this staying up till 3 a.m. is bullshit. This is horrible. Nothing, by the way, ever got funny at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
You just thought it did because you're hopped up on candy. And you can't live that way. And now we're starting to have kids, right?
Yeah.
And we also knew this show is the perfect vehicle for stuff from home.
Right.
Carl Reiner ran Dick Van Dyke. What happened at your house this week? I thought stealing that. That's exactly how I should run this show. So if you work for me, your job was to go home, get in a fight with your wife, and come back in and tell me about it.
Great.
That was the show.
Hey, did you like that? Did you like that? Yeah, did you like it, though? You want more? Don't want to work? Would rather watch videos of me grab-assing with people? First of all, go up here to subscribe, and then go up here to watch more clips. This is like when the weatherman says that there's a high-pressure system coming in. I'm not really used to the green screen.